Now, the thing is, at that point, it would only eliminate one. It would maybe eliminate one person. Maybe eliminate that person and everyone else in the room. Probably not eliminate everybody else in the room, though.
Hmm.
And there's no guarantee that the person would be able to return. So would he put it all into one anti-tank landmine, or would he use multiple landmines to try to kill more people?
It would definitely not be an all or nothing thing. So he wouldn't put everything on just that one spot.
Okay, what I'm saying is you would pretty much have to do that to be guaranteed to breach the hull.
Oh.
With the materials that you have. Because you don't, the materials that you have, you're basically just going, I think this thing makes an explosion.
Oh, okay.
Because you wouldn't want to risk it.
Yeah. Then, yeah, since I kind of have to do that, then would it be possible to set up a way for certain compartments to disconnect from the rest of the ship? Like, there's the 3 compartments that are actually connected to the center itself, right?
Yep.
Would it be possible to cause the other 3 compartments to separate?
Yes, but okay. These are the ones, the most distant ones are the only ones that unlink automatically.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones you would have to sabotage them.
So it would be either doing the landmine with the explosive decompression or sabotaging those.
Yeah. And you would be able to sabotage one of them to breach. Not breach, be knocked off. Because these are fairly sturdy cables. Not even cables, really. They would probably be servo arms so that they could
pivot
in and then pivot out. Because they would only have 2 positions, really. Yeah, and what you would do is place the breaching charge that you would do on the joint to not even be able to fully destroy it, but like breach it so it would fail.
So I could only do one of the end ones?
So what you could do is, these would automatically work like that.
Mm-hmm.
You could place them here and have both of those fail, or place them here and have one pod fail.
Okay, what I think I'll do is I'll have the this one set to blow free. Like,
okay.
Break off. The cargo bay set to break off with the breaching charges.
Okay.
And this one and this one, I want to remove all the oxygen from it.
So, life support?
I forgot that was life support.
Yeah. I mean, this one's perfectly fine because that's a habitation block.
Now I'll vent the habitation block, or remove all the oxygen from the habitation block.
So habit 2, which is module 6.
Mm-hmm. Leave it like that. My goal is if somebody, because these are the 2 access points, there and there, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody docks here or here, and they get out into one of those rooms, I can either disconnect this one and fling them and their ship off, or they come into here, then go into here, and then I can disconnect it. And if they try to go this way, that's broken, so they can't go that way, so then they have to go this way, which puts them back into there.
Okay. If any of the modules were to be jettisoned completely, then the thing would start wobbling really badly.
I would just stop it from spinning then. Yes, I know I'd be in 0G for a long time, but
I don't know that you'd be able to stop them from spinning completely.
Why?
Because its center of gravity would be off.
Then I would do my best. This is a worst case scenario situation.
Yeah. Okay, so that would take a few days to set up. I'll just figure that you found a void suit. Because you would have to get outside to be able to damage that.
Okay.
And then to set the charges. This is a grim situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that'll take probably a couple days to get all the stuff together, and it would take more than a couple just to even figure out how to make things properly. So we'll say that's another week. So it's now been about 2 weeks since you woke up. So now it's the future. Okay. So sabotaged in case of emergency.
Yeah. And now, regardless as to whether or not we have the time, I think I do want to actually go and get that perk instead of doing the weapons and armor.
Okay. How many perk points do you have?
1 slot, 4 points.
Okay, yeah. So you can only cast stasis.
Mm-hmm.
And you can perform it as a cloak.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, and that'll take 3 weeks?
Yep.
4 weeks. Because each one is a different perk.
Yeah. So let's see if that's how long it takes before somebody shows up to attack me.
I mean, the thing is Loft still even, sane after that?
He'll start talking to himself.
Oh, that probably happened, midway through dying of oxygen deprivation. So
maybe I'll find a volleyball. Wilson!
They probably took the son's corpse.
If they didn't, that would be weird.
Yeah. But you could use his blood to make a face. Yeah. Maybe you got a smashed computer screen and you put it on a wagon and you just drag that around with you. Really, what does Loft look like at this point?
Well, his head's on backwards.
Yeah.
He probably looks really dirty. He probably has a twitch or a nervous tick or something like that.
Yeah. His meds. How are his meds doing?
He didn't have any, basically. But basically you said that if I ran out, that it would more or less keep me at weariness of 1.
Yeah, so he's only got the 1 weariness. Which means he can only cast 1 effect. So he is literally barely sane.
Pretty much. And he'll just be wearing the void suit constantly, but not have it sealed.
Okay.
Because regardless as to whether or not it has oxygen, if he has to cast that on himself and the ship gets depressurized, the void suit may protect him so that the vacuum of space doesn't kill him, and since he'll use that ability on him, he won't have to breathe.
Yeah. He actually looks freaking creepy.
Yeah! Because he's walking around forwards, but looking backwards constantly.
Yeah, and he'd be a really bad posture. He would smell awful.
Yep.
He would just be mumbling to himself. Man. So, Loft's just muttering to himself and not making any sense. All he knows is that if something goes wrong, he's supposed to knock himself unconscious and press this button he's got.
Yep. Pretty much.
Because he's just been, as he's felt his sanity drifting away, he just...
there's sticky notes everywhere telling him what to do.
Yeah.
And he doesn't remember who put the sticky notes there.
If ship rumble, press button. Ship rumble, press button. That's what he would tell himself. Rumble button. Rumble button. Rumble button.
Walking around with a detonator constantly in his hand or strapped to him somewhere.
He's not even walking in a straight line because he broke that thing. He's walking one direction, then turning around and walking back. And then if he gets hungry, he goes into the cargo bay and gets some food. Probably down to the dog food at this point. Or the animal fodder at this point.
The place is probably just a complete and total pigsty.
Yeah. Because life support includes, in the other places, and the other blocks include bathrooms and things like that. But life support is what cycles it all. And he definitely doesn't know how to maintain life support. He's probably just found one of the rooms, that's where he poops.
Just don't go in there.
Yeah, he's got poop door written all over the thing. Oh, that would be miserable. Okay, which one is poop door? It's been a month and a half. Which one is poop door?
It'll be over here, so that he has to go this way.
Man, Loft is just in such a bad state.
Yep. Let's make it worse.
Yeah. So the ship is going to not shake, but several alarms are going to go off. Because he would have proximity alarms. Mm-hmm. What does he do? Proximity alarms are starting to go off.
He'll probably freak out.
And jam the button?
No, probably not immediately, because he'll kind of... I kind of figured he would have forgotten. Not really forgotten, but kind of in the moment, it's oh my god, what's going on?
Yeah, most of his mental stats would be reduced to.
Probably go to engineering, just see if there are any still working cameras, see what they are showing.
Most of the ship's hardware is built to last, so it would be working. The exceptions would be life support because it has to be maintained, whereas security cameras wouldn't.
Yeah.
So exterior camera would show the small vessel. It would be a really small rotational ring, that's where you would sleep, essentially. And the only reason that the ship it's a stealth type. The only reason the ship detected it is because it's
flaring to stop.
Yeah.
So a big plume of fire, and the ship goes, "Hey, that's too close."
Yeah. So that's what he sees. It's a very minimalist vessel, obviously meant for a small crew to be on for a short while. Oh, and it definitely has weapons on it. Like whole weapons. This thing can shoot you down.
Okay. I guess he'd probably turn on communications of some sort and contact the ship.
That sounds like a skill roll.
Let's see, I'm actually picturing this like the whole Star Trek style screen shows up and you're just looking at the back of some guy's head while his body is facing you. And he's just gibbering to himself. It's like, what do you want? I'll push it. I'll push it. Don't make me push it.
Okay.
I don't remember what it does, but I'll push it.
Okay. So, make your roll.
What am I rolling?
Intelligence.
What do you sit at now?
3.
3? 19.
So you'll be able to turn the thing on, but that's about it. Like, you'll start broadcasting.
Okay.
And that's all.
Like?
You'll start broadcasting, like it's recording you. And it's broadcasting what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's talking back to you.
Okay.
Loft doesn't see this, but the viewers see this, where whoever is on starts picking up the signal, just because you would. Mm-hmm. You would intercept any signal that's coming off from your target. And probably start jamming, just in case. If you had the ability. Whoever sees it would just see a video of Loft sitting there. He's hunched over. He's probably like effectively 5 feet tall at this point. Everything's sagging off of him, even worse than it should be. Maybe he's got his head face down a little bit at this point, so his beak is straight up in the air. There's probably something stuck on the beak. There's probably food all over the beak because he's not seeing what he's putting in his mouth. Oh no. There's stuff all over the suit. The entire interior of the room is just washed in red light, and there's got papers and sticky notes all over the place because they wouldn't have bothered with office supplies. He's screaming from the mouth of the back of his head about he's going to push the button and kill everyone. And whoever picks it up just goes, "Oh Christ." Oh, yeah, their version of that. And it shuts off the feed.
Does the ship continue to approach even though I've threatened to blow everything up?
They would hold out there for a bit and see what they could read off of everything. Mm-hmm. Because they would know how this is supposed to look, and they would check for sabotage to the joints.
And they would see the cut section, and...
Yeah, they would see that the section has been cut, and they would see that there's a weird packing around the joints. So they would go, well, we can't enter 4. They would see this flying free. So they would know that they couldn't access it. So, it's not that it's useless, but it's that they're not going to fall for it as bad as Loft wanted.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not an expert at this stuff.
That's also pretty much the best you could do.
Mm-hmm.
But that does make it harder for them to do their entrance. I've marked the representatives with 1, 2, and 3. And then I've marked their indicators, which you would see on the cameras, as A, B, and C, so you don't know which one's which, but you know that they're movement signatures.
Yep.
And then on the other side of that, they have the numbers.
So don't flip them over by accident?
Right.
Okay. I can only assume by this point I've at least healed up to full health.
The medicine was supposed to... Like, it was due to the dependent.
It was... The medicine was supposed to help with more or less suppressing the memories. And,
Oh.
Yeah.
So you would have all your memories back.
Well, maybe not them all back, but...
Well, so, what I'm thinking is, what he did was suppress your old memories and give you new ones.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the medicine was there to keep the old ones from coming back.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Which is why it was a custom medicine.
Yeah. But there'd be something in the medicine, too, that while you're taking it, you would be in good condition. And then while you're not, you would be deteriorating.
Okay. As an incentive to keep taking it.
Yeah. That, and if you go off the rails, then you would become less of a threat. So what I'm thinking is maybe it works exactly as we've been mapping it out. Those memories, when they resurface, start grinding against each other, so that you're slowly just losing all of your memories.
Okay.
But you're in decent physical shape.
So maybe
like everything would be like malnutrition based, rather than any chemical based stuff.
Okay.
So you would have the malnourished effect, which is actually an effect.
Yep.
First time we've ever done that. So honestly, if you were a bounty hunter and you were sent after this target, told that it would be armed and extremely dangerous, and what it had done, and you saw that scene that we described,
I would be questioning the legitimacy of my information. No. I'd be wanting to know who over-exaggerated. Or what happened to this guy between now and then.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's no way that you're doing this as an act. Once they get a look at the interior of their ship, is like, okay, this guy is not acting. He's gone way too far.
Yeah. Okay, so what happens?
So there's going to be a breach here with 2 insertions.
So he'll basically just scream into the communication system, "I warned you," and press the button.
Okay. So Module 4 is going to break loose.
Okay.
And that was it? I thought that's all your charges could do.
Yeah, that was all they could do.
So Module 4 breaks loose and the thing starts swinging around wildly.
Mm-hmm.
So, although those 3 anchor points are still there, and it was between 2 anchor points, so the ship would be somewhat able to compensate. So what we're going to have is most things that require you to be dexterous or stable are going to take a disadvantage. And that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that he had set up.
Okay. To zoom out so that the viewer sees it, that section is going to explode and the section's going to just fling free.
Did they actually dock their ship up against this one, or did they just
They would have sent out pods.
Okay.
And they would have stayed clear of the thing, and then there was debris shatter, so some of their ship probably got hit, but spaceships are large enough to have light shielding.
I mean, why wouldn't you for micrometeors and stuff like that?
Yeah. This size wouldn't really. It would be rare and expensive, so they probably wouldn't bother. But that size and that operations, too, would have combat shielding.
Oh, yeah, because you're going to get shot at, most definitely.
But had this roll been something critical, then it would have just walloped the thing.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was just a 7. And then there's no reason for them to just shoot the place. So, yeah. Loft is going to be able to see that this thing broke free. He goes, oh, that's what Button did.
At this point, Loft and Wilson will move into the hallway.
Here?
Yep. And is that the main hallway?
No.
Yeah, that's where I meant.
Oh, well, sure.
And I guess he'll just brandish a sharp piece of metal.
So he's stepping out into the hallway where he's most exposed and got his metal out.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not mentally stable.
I mean, he's mentally stable enough to know that he would need to get close. He can go and need stab, for stab need close. For close need not get shot. Need things to not get shot. So maybe waiting on the other side.
So my main thought was basically they come into the hallway and he attempts to talk his way out of it.
Okay.
And then if that doesn't work, manual release on the door behind him.
Okay.
And close his suit.
All right. Okay.
He really doesn't want to get caught.
Yeah.
And plus, if they really, really, really want to get him, after that they would still be able to.
Yeah. Okay, so anything else?
No.
Okay. So C and A enter the hallway for Module 2. B enters the hallway for Module 3. B is Unit 1, which is this guy.
Okay.
So what do you say as he crawls his way in through the door?
Why are you boarding my ship? Me and Wilson don't want you here. Go away.
Go away. I just want to love my Wilson.
Gosh, this has got to look so weird, because I'm talking to him with my head pointed in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll take my right hand and kind of thrust the knife in its general location.
So, like, what are you...
What?
Are you trying to make a persuasion against it?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically.
Leave me alone or I cut you?
No, it's more along the lines of, I've done nothing wrong. Why are you here? Leave me alone. I haven't done anything wrong. You are bothering me.
Okay. So you're trying
No, more... See, I don't know if you would remember. It's more along the lines of, I left. Why are you still chasing me? Leave me alone.
It doesn't really matter whether or not he remembers. Because if he remembers, then he remembers that he killed people, and so it makes sense for him to be chased. Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't remember, then he wouldn't bother with the steal. So, yeah. So, you're trying to negotiate for him to be left alone.
Yes.
Okay.
Is this sweet talk?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Okay, it's sweet talk then. I'm trying to lull him into submission.
Okay. Contested.
Contested?
Yeah.
First off, I need to know this. This is actually important. Okay. What are the negatives for this?
It's not actually important. Why do you believe it's important?
Because I literally have advantage twice and a plus 2 degrees of success.
Okay. Except this was the one that you didn't want to negotiate with.
Why is that?
Because...
Is that her? Is that the husband?
Well, okay. So there's one that you did want to negotiate with, actually.
And this was not the right one?
Yeah, you basically had a 1 in 3 chance. Mm-hmm. And, quote, you may not negotiate and must take preferred target. That's what this guy has against your people.
My people?
Yeah, ghosts.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so... Basically...
But if I get a crit twice, that counts as enthralled.
Does that count as enthralled for ghosts?
It counts as enthralled for anybody.
Yeah, but was that something that ghosts get access to?
No.
Okay.
It's a experiential perk, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
But that would require me to roll a 1 and then a 6. I got a 1.
Roll it.
I got a 1. Aww. Hey, but 2 1s.
Yeah, so what was your question?
My question?
Yeah.
Like what I was asking him?
Yeah, I want you to repeat that. Like, what are you saying to him?
I left, leave me alone. Go away. I'm not doing anything wrong. Right now.
Yeah, so what he responds with is, what you're doing wrong is existing. And puts up his flamethrower. And it does not shoot flames. Not exactly.
But is he going to shoot at me?
Yeah. He shoots at you. And what he uses is a slightly different perk. It's called Douse. What it is it requires an automatic or sustained fire weapon, roll to hit and miss only on a critical failure, but consumes all passive and active actions as well as the entire magazine of the weapon. So, this is something that applies pretty much only to... He's basically just saturating your area.
I thought they weren't trying to kill me.
Yeah, which is why what comes out is not fire.
Oh, it's going to be foam, isn't it?
No.
Well, I'll use... whoops.
Okay, that's a ghost ability?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, yeah, you have to suffer his anti-magic.
Anti-magic?
Yeah, he has anti-magic. So you have to win both luck rolls.
My luck is 10.
His luck is also 10. Oh. Actually, wait. So, your whoops fails to go off.
What a shame.
Counter to the counter. And
then can I make my last reaction?
Okay, what is it?
Button.
You're going to get doused in the foam.
Okay.
Well, not in the foam. You'll see what it is, but unless he rolls a 20, which he didn't. But it actually was almost a 20. Like, I was like, oh, it's a 20, is it? But no.
What would have happened if it was a 20? The gun just explodes on him?
He would have missed.
That would have sucked, because there's almost no way to miss.
Yeah, especially because you're in a place that's like 2 meters wide, 4 meters tall.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just pasting the entire square with it. With essentially
Devorium?
Essentially napalm, but with Devorium in it.
I thought they didn't want to kill me.
Yeah. This isn't going to kill you.
How is napalm not going to kill me?
It's not going to kill you. It's just going to hurt. So it will kill you, but it won't let you escape because you're doused in it.
Okay.
The best way I can think of this is he just carbonated you.
Okay.
So you'll get doused in it, and you'll manage to hit the door and to get sucked out into space.
Yeah.
So that puts out the fire, but you're in a solid block of Divorium.
Okay. And literally none of it is touching my skin.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
Why?
Because I'm in a void suit.
Oh, yeah, so none of it's touching your skin, but it is encapsulating you.
Okay. So, Devorian doesn't have a distance effect. We've never used it having a distance effect. It's always had to be a contact with skin.
It actually has had a distance effect, but...
When?
That would tell you more than you know. But, yeah, no, trust me, it has. It hasn't had an apparent one, but it has. Yeah, there are things that have to happen that you don't know. I'm sorry if it frustrates you.
Whatever.
So, yeah, so you're still alive. I'm guessing now is when you use the stasis.
Yeah, but, I mean, it doesn't matter whether or not it passes or not, because it's going to coat my body, and then the Devorian's going to cancel it out.
Kind of. Because the Devorium is on the outside, but it's important that it encapsulates you. That was the important part there. Because... yeah, you're encapsulated, so that's just basically going to put you to sleep. It's not going to cancel out the effect.
Okay.
What I'm saying is you can't use your dislocation ability to move out of this.
Oh, well, I kind of figured that. I only had one out of the two choices to do, and using that other one wouldn't have helped me any because then as soon as I came back, I'd pass out.
Yeah, so what this Devorium napalm stuff does is...
oh my god, I just realized this is an expensive weapon.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, he just shot, like, what, is it like 20,000 credits worth of...
yeah. Well, not that much, but it's not that heavily laced, but it is expensive. It is definitely an expensive weapon.
Wow, they really hate me.
This guy specifically hates ghosts.
Okay, like way more than Golnix did?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Makarov does not like ghosts, and Makarov...
which one was Makarov?
He was A.
Which was...
this one.
I know, but which number?
Oh, 2.
Oh.
And this is a guy named Paxall.
Which one was the one I should have talked to?
Paxall. He's their breacher, but this guy's name is Tosthram, and he heard that you were going after a ghost bounty, so he said, don't get in my way. And they don't get in his way, because Tosthram is freaking insane. Tosthram does not make money off of hunting bounties.
Oh, he does it because he wants to.
Yes. He hunts bounties so he can kill ghosts.
Oh.
That's why he spends literally all the money he gets on his napalm fuel and his suit.
Okay.
Which is why he has that. Because he does not give a crap about profiting. He just wants to kill ghosts.
Oh. Well, crap.
Yeah. Which is why I thought it was funny when Ryan became a ghost. When Lockra turned herself into a ghost.
Because you already had this...
Yeah. Yeah. I already had this at that point.
So does that mean that if her and him ever met, he would have just, like, die?
Yeah, this guy would have freaking tried to kill Lokra, and Makarov would have then tried to not let that happen, and then there would have been an internal schism.
Interesting.
Yeah, like it would have been interesting to see what happens.
But I stopped that. Go me.
Yeah, so what the napalm is designed to do is when a ghost is killed in contact with Divorium, they are not allowed to reconstitute themselves.
Yeah, their body doesn't disintegrate.
Yeah. So that does a mixture of killing you while keeping you locked in.
Okay, so then they can remove me from it later and then still have me contained, or what? Or I'm just dead and can't ever come back?
You're carbonated. So if they were to chisel
so they could literally store me somewhere indefinitely?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because you're just dead inside of that. And you don't get to resurrect until they break you out.
Which they may never do.
Yeah.
Neato.
Yeah. It's just, hilariously expensive to do that. But then this guy's insane and does not care about that. Like, these other two guys are just like, why the frick do you even bother coming along with this if that's all you want? Because he's risking his life.
Mm-hmm. So I take it they eventually just pick me up?
Yeah. The ship would swing around and grab you.
Wilson.
I don't know that they would nuke this thing, but they would definitely disable it again.
Literally nuke it?
Just breach the reactor and have it and destroy it.
Again, reactors don't blow up like that.
Okay, so forcibly breach the reactor. Like, attach explosives to it and stuff like that.
It still wouldn't go nuclear.
I know, it wouldn't, but it would contaminate the ship.
That is correct.
So, I don't know if that's what they would do, but it doesn't matter right now.
Yeah, because the ship is just either going to be scrapped or destroyed. Like, salvaged or destroyed.
Yeah. So that's how Loft goes.
Poor Loft. I bet you there's quite a few people in our party who will be happy to hear this outcome.
They won't hear it for another, month. Because
this won't happen for
another month.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then these guys would send Loft back to the Levangela, report that he'd been captured. The Levangela would pay them.
But I'm technically not dead.
Right.